What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that bell. Let's go.
That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah! What the fuck are you talking about?
You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Fan Friday, only on A2D Radio. Every Friday, we are brought to you by our friends over at eXp Realty and our boy Alan Foy. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home, looking for a change in brokerage or career, contact our guy Alan Foy of eXp Realty, 302-682-8820. Let them know A2D sent you. And listen, time to sell. Time to sell. If you can sell it, get rid of it. Downsize for a minute, wait for the market to come back. You got options. So contact Alan Foy. He can walk you through everything. We got John, Taylor, Jake, Tom, everybody out there join us. Welcome in, family. We got a ton to talk about. We'll go over Eagles in a combo of just, everything starting. Camp starting, right? You got rumors continue the circle, and it's ad nauseum now for Deshaun Watson. So everybody wants to talk about it. And I'm personally over it. Like, for this year, you know what you need to do. It's Jalen Hurts, and you go from there. You got tons of draft capital next year. It doesn't have to be a guy, even him. Are you really getting picked off right now? Safe? Wow. Get down. First off, get down. How about we slide one? Let's go. Let's go play. We'll talk. We're going to talk Phillies. We'll do live reactions throughout the rest of this game. And it ties into our main topic at hand, which will be Phillies struggles, because they went on, they played great before the All-Star break. They came out winners of 3 out of 4 against Miami, and then they go lose 3 in a row. And as soon as they pull you in, right, you want to be back out again. They always pull you back in. Tonight up 4-1 against the Braves, and what I would call a must win right now. It's a must win. You got to figure out a way to win this series now and try to play good baseball again, because the deadline's right around the corner, and you need to know what you need to do. And that's going to tie in to our poll question that's brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com. And you can use promo code A2D for 20% off. That's bodycheckwellness.com. Promo code A2D, 20% off at checkout. Our poll question for tonight, it's not worth it for the Phillies to be buyers at the deadline. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, download, join the conversation, review shit. Fuck with algorithms, like we like to say on here. Mess them up. You like to get dirty? You like to get dirty a little bit? Get your hands dirty? This is how you can get your hands dirty. Pound the like. It's not worth it for the Phillies to be buyers at the deadline. Agree or disagree? I personally completely disagree. It's worth it when you spend the money you've spent and you're trying to win, and prospects are prospects. I'll go yell it and scream it. I'll trade prospects for proven everyday major league talent any day of the week. Any day, twice on a doubleheader, I'm making those moves. If I'm getting proven major league talent, it's hard to get to the big leagues, and it's hard to play in the big leagues. That's just factual in every sport. Major League Baseball even more so. When you think about how many minor leaguers there are that never even get to the big leagues, it's hard to do. And you can be the greatest prospect of all time and not pan out when you get to the show, right? We've seen it. Reese, what are you doing? I mean, how many times do you want to get picked off in one inning? We've seen guys come to the show and struggle. They're great prospects, right? This year in Philly, Dominic Brown, the lights go on of guys that were supposed to be, saviors and didn't pan out. Mickey Moniak looks like he can't play. So we talk about prospects all the time. If I can go get an all-star caliber player and I'm in win now mode as an organization, you make that trade all the time. So it is absolutely worth it for the Phillies to be buyers at the deadline. And anything outside of being buyers means they don't want to win. And it's all dog and pony show. And it's look at me, look at us. We spend a lot of money. Harper's got great hair, and you want to sell us. You want to sell us on bullshit. And I like our offense. So it's not about them guys like Harper and Realmuto and Didi. But you never finished off. The hardest 3 outs are the last 3 outs. And you came into a season again with Hector Neris. And that's just mind-boggling to me. As your closer, he can be. I want him in your bullpen because he can be good. All right, but you can't have him as your closer if you're in win now mode. You upgrade the bullpen a little bit. You didn't upgrade it a ton. I mean, you did from the opening day of last year because at least you knew names. But it's not. It was never came in to like be a lights out bullpen. You added Archie Bradley and you added Alvarado, right? Really, what else did you really add? And they're 2 good arms. But you know how Major League Baseball is. It becomes bullpen games early. So I don't know. I don't know. If you don't buy, what are you? What are you? What are you? So that's where I stand. I disagree. What's everybody else say? Whoever wants to go first, we'll circle.
I'm going to disagree. Well, it's just we're only 4 games back. Excuse me. Us and the Braves were tied for second place in the NL East. So I mean, as bad as this division is, the race is still going on.
Sounds like Eagles.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like when we're really down on them, they struggle, they look terrible, we're out, whatever, they stink, so on and so forth, but then they play well. It's just going to be like a yo-yo effect, right? They're playing bad right now. They're going to get good, I think, in my opinion, towards the deadline. They're looking good, at least right now, minus Reese getting picked off 2 times in 1 inning, but that's neither here nor there. But they should be buyers. They should be buyers, in my opinion. Get this bullpen at least solidified, get a solid proven closer, and I think we can do well. I really think we can do well. The Mets are going to be the Mets, and I think they're going to choke as usual. But with this team, like you said, Tom, with all the money we have invested in this roster, if you're not buyers at the deadline, what are you? Do you really want to win? Do you really want to make a deep playoff run? Do you eventually want to win a championship? So, all that being said, I'm going to disagree with the poll. They should be buyers at the deadline.
Johnny?
Very good points by both of you. I also wanted to say, Tom, don't forget, the most recent savior, Maikel Franco.
Oh.
Amazing prospect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah, exactly. Should the Phillies be buyers at the deadline? I mean, like what you said, Jake, like why are we paying all the way up to the $200 million salary cap if we're not going to go over? Like if we're not going to get one guy that could put this team over the top, why are we even doing this?
Yep.
We have an owner that I think Dave Dombrowski said the other day that John Middleton really does want to win, but he never goes over the luxury tax. So it's not my money. And I know people always say, oh, it's not your money. It's easy for you to say spend money when you don't have the money. I mean, you're an owner of an MLB team. You claim you want to win. So do you or do you not? If Dave Dombrowski can get a player, and I mean, I haven't been connected to MLB trade rumors recently, but I did hear that potentially players like Chris Bryant, Byron Buxton, Marte may be on the block. Like, those are all players that, well, not Bryant, but he can play center field. Those are all center fielders that would majorly help this team. And, I mean, like, we just saw the Mets get Rich Hill, who I know Rich Hill's not a Cy Young winning pitcher, but they got him for Tommy Hunter. So there's deals to be made if you really want to win. And the Phillies, we're going to find out if they really care or not.
And last thing, John, and then go ahead, Taylor, is Dave Dombrowski was brought here to do one thing. And it's not sit on your hands and wait for Nashville to have a Major League Baseball team that he's invested in. It's to win here in Philadelphia. It's to convince John Middleton to go over the luxury tax and spend the money to win. It's to make the right moves. The one thing Dave say about Dave Dombrowski is he wins places he goes, and he also gives up assets. So give up the assets and win. We'll all trade it, right? And then if these guys end up being stars, then we'll deal with it. Okay? We'll deal with it. But have confidence in yourself when you're ready to win, when you are ready to win right now. So that's the other point to it. So, Tara, what do you say to the poll?
So I'm going to disagree with the poll. I think they should be buyers. I think if you're going to spend money on these players, you're in it to win. I think the Phillies, are worth helping, and improvements will help.
Yeah, there's a clean sweep here. We got a sweep. Would have been great to sweep the Braves, but we got a sweep here, and it's because it's true. We've all sat here since 2011, and we understood after that year, we were going to go south for a little bit, and we accepted it. We knew we were going to be in a little bit of a rebuild mode, and everybody was okay with that. We're good with trusting the process here in Philly now. So right, we did. And we had number 1 overall picks. We had 7th picks in the draft. We had 10th picks in the draft. We've had it all. And those are just, those picks are, Major League Baseball. It's not guarantees. But when you have the number 1 overall pick, you need to nail that. You need to nail that one. You need to. So,
I mean, Tom, the Phillies have been picking in the top 5 how many times in the last 10 years? Like 4? Like they've had the 3rd overall pick. Adam Hazley is the 7th overall pick. Cornelius Randolph was a top 6 pick, I'm pretty sure. So something like that.
All these guys are top 10. I mean, at least top 10.
Yeah.
All these guys. When you talk about the Crawfords of the world and the list goes on these guys that we didn't hit, and our farm system has not been good. So, it looks like we're doing a little bit better drafting from just what Bryson's Stott or Scott?
Bryson Stott, and then apparently Dombrowski thinks that Mick Abel is like untouchable.
Well, I mean, nobody's untouchable down there, and you should say that when you're a general manager. You should say, and a vice president of baseball operations, you should say that this guy is untouchable, because then that means if somebody's interested in him, right? They know that They know, right? They know that they can't come in and give you a low offer for him.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So you sort of up guys' values when you say, yeah, I'm not dealing that guy. Getting to some of the comments, John says, if you don't want to spend money, sell the team to someone who will. Plenty of guys out there spend the beans. Yeah, especially in big markets. Brian Cashman's done it for years. I mean, they're not necessarily won, but he'll do it for years. Greg trying to make jokes. But he said, but guys, Cole Hamels will be the savior. Love Cole. Don't do that to us.
No, thank you.
Bryce has a lot of moves to be made. Brian Daly, I would like to see them be buyers. They aren't out of the race. No, of course not. A couple of pieces this team can make this team a playoff team. Yeah, I mean, a closer would be a good start. Yeah, tag him, please. Sorry, tag him.
I'm on board with just like, and I know most of the time in Philadelphia we are not a city that accepts these types of standards, but I'm on board with just wanting to see this team make the playoffs. Like, I just want to watch some baseball with the entire stadium filled, packed full of fans, waving the towels, everyone getting excited. Like, even if the Phillies get swept, I just want to be in the playoffs. Like, can we just do that once, please? We spent all this money on this team. I think it's pretty attainable.
Oh, it absolutely is. Bob Ashire, an A2D member. I didn't know this, Bob. Welcome, baby.
Appreciate it.
I want to sound the drums. Evening, fam. Thank you, Bob. Hopefully Nate's winning your money and Willie Vegas winning your money over there as an A2D member.
Picks coming tomorrow.
Yep. Keys says, I think the Phillies issue is more development than anything else. Keys, I'll say this. Like, it might be a part of it, right? It might be a part of it, but the other part of it is if you hit, you don't got to develop.
Right.
If you hit, you don't got to develop. If a guy can play, I'll yell and scream about that one. If kids can play, they can play. Kids can make you look good as a coach, right? Can you make you look good as a player development guy? If you draft the right guys. I mean, listen, we could have a whole show on their lack of development and just drafting of, players from Latin America. Like they just don't do it well. They never have. We talk about Dominican and other places like that. Like, name the stars that have been here. They're all over the league. So, I mean, that's part of it too. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not. You can call this however you want to call it, right? You can call this however you want to slice this. But you tell me the time that they went early in the draft and they didn't draft the white guy.
Yep.
I get it. Like, but every color can play in this game. You know what I mean? This game's the most global game in the world. If you have your eyes closed in this game, you quit. You lost. The most global game in all sports, where you draw your players from. The NBA's better globally because they promote it better. But in terms of the most global game in the world, it's baseball. I can't do this tonight. You know what I mean? I get all upset. Like, this is nothing. I watch, Acuna got hurt. I get it. But I watch Acuna, and we watch Acuna and Albies, are the stars.
Dudes that came out of nowhere. It's pure scouting. Pure scouting. I mean, you talked about how the Phillies don't take trips down to Dominican Republic or Cuba or Panama or any of those countries. So.
No, they don't. Appreciate you, Bob. I know you've been watching for a while. I said I've been watching for a while. Got to support the cause.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we have no international talent.
Nope.
Like, why couldn't you spend for Ohtani? I don't even remember you being in the Ohtani sweepstakes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Middleton for sure has more money than the Angels owner does. So, I don't know. And by the way, I looked this up, Tom, because I wanted to check what you were talking about with the Phillies and drafting white players. They haven't drafted a player of color since 2015.
Oh, wow.
So, it's been a while.
Well, they have, just not in the first round.
Well, not in the first round. That's what I meant. Yeah.
I know what you meant. I just want to confirm for the people because people fire at you. They come hot.
Yep.
Go on Twitter for 5 minutes.
People start thinking the Phillies have an agenda.
Yeah, well, they might. I'm not telling you they do.
They might, yeah.
I'm just telling you, perception can be reality, or perception can just be perception. So.
Miguel Alfredo Gonzalez.
Yeah. It wasn't his real name.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, did we draft Dominic Brown or did we sign him from somewhere? Because I'm pretty sure was he a pick? Okay.
Yeah, not. I don't think he was a high round pick though.
He was like that. He was told to be like the next Willie Mays. Like, I heard people comparing him to Willie Mays.
I remember.
Willie Mays.
Yeah.
I mean, I see Dominic Brown a lot, and he's a great dude. Great dude. But real life, Willie Mays?
No.
If I was Dominic Brown, I'd punch a reporter in the head. What are we talking about, Doc? What are we talking about? Anyway, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
He had that 1 month and a half I'll never forget.
I remember the hype with Dominic Brown. I remember.
I listen, it's fine.
Very well.
I'm sorry. My father is supposed to go back down to his house, which he never goes to for some reason.
Right.
In Florida, and he's so scared to fly right now. He just gets in his head. It's too much going on right now. There's too much going on the outside world. What a mess. Yeah, it was Randolph. So does everybody think that this team can win this division as constructed?
No. I'm just not confident in this group of players. Like, I've seen this over and over again. I just don't understand why we would expect anything to be different.
Right. And it's like this. It's been the same thing the past couple of years too, as to where we get so close. Be like, oh, we're making the playoffs. And then that last couple week stretches, they just struggle mightily. And they end up shooting themselves in the foot.
Taylor, can they?
Yeah, I totally agree. some great points. So it isn't like the end, but they start like slacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been like,
Yeah.
and you look at like just baseball.
Yo-yo.
Yeah, it's been a yo-yo. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yo-yo for 10 years. But you look at baseball as more of a marathon than any other sport, right? Because the longevity of it. So it's like you almost want to just be like this going through a baseball season.
Yep.
Right? Just on the uptick the whole season. And they've really been the yo-yo roller coaster. Anything you want to say that goes up and down, they've been. And it's like you're out and they pull you back in. And you're like, fucking, I'm out again. And then they pull you back in. It's been this whole year. Whole year. Because we had such high expectations. Like, I remember when we talked, preseason about this team, we're like, oh, we can hit. We're going to have no problem there. Can we pitch enough? Can we get enough outs? And guess what it came down to? We can't get enough outs.
I also think that, and I'm ironically wearing his jersey T-shirt right now, but I honestly think that a big part that has been talked about but not maybe explored enough is just how much Aaron Nola is hurting the Phillies right now. Like his last start, which I didn't get to watch, but I saw the box scores. Just like when is this guy gonna be who we think that he should be? Like he's been in his career not a Cy Young level pitcher, but he's been a good number one and a great number two for his entire career, and this season he's just fallen off a cliff, and it's really hurting the Phillies to only have one reliable starting pitcher.
Yeah, I don't have the answer for that. I don't know if that dude has the answer. I don't know if he has the answer for it. I don't know. Guys have bad years sometimes.
Yep.
Chalk it up. Hopefully he can find it. He hasn't been terrible. He just has these innings where he'll give up a 3 spot out of nowhere, right? Where he's pitching well, and I think it's just he can't get out of his own way with that one inning, right? And then as a pitcher, about it. In your head, you psychologically know about it. It's such a contagious goddamn sport that it just continues to do that to you the rest of the year until something changes. Where he goes 7, gives a 1 run. He needs that kind of start for not only this baseball team, but for his own psyche as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some questions for everybody, right?
All right.
We'll start with who's been the most disappointing player for the Phillies this year?
Go ahead, Jake.
It's tough because there's such a good list to choose from. It's a little laundry list, yeah. Maybe a shopping list. But I think I'm going to piggyback right off where John was coming off of. Aaron Nola is definitely a huge disappointment this year. I mean, again, he could be just having a bad year, similar to how Carson Wentz did, and he ended up being shipped out. I hope that doesn't happen. I just want to see. It's all about, and Tom says it all the time, it's all about your response in sports, right? It all depends on how you deal with adversity and how you come back from adversity. Now, what was it? I think it was a couple of weeks ago. What was it? He had that. He had
a really good game against the Phillies, I believe.
Yeah, it was he tied the record for consecutive strikeouts. 10
in a row.
Yeah, so he had that a couple weeks ago, which I'm like, okay, here's the guy we're used to seeing. But then since then, he's just been the usual inconsistent Aaron Nola that we've seen all year. And I really just hope it's a slump because we've seen what this guy can be these past couple years. And I'm just hoping that he can rebound next year and just kind of just scrap this year up as kind of just he didn't have his stuff this year.
Yeah, he had against the Mets is when he had his 12 strikeouts.
Right. Okay.
No earned runs, but only pitched 5 1/3. Only give up 2 hits, but the strikeouts pull your number, your pitch count up. He had 11 strikeouts the next game versus the Marlins, but he gave up 7 earned runs in that game, right? And 9 hits. And then he had 8 against the Cubs, gave up 4 earned runs in that game in 6 innings, right? What the funny thing is he's almost finding he's almost too much in the strike zone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy. And I think that's his downfall. It's I love you not walk guys, but you're almost too much in the strike zone. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Aaron Nola, John, is that yours too?
No. I mean, I could easily say Nola, and I just made the argument for it, but I'm going to talk from a personal standpoint on this one.
Oh, my God. You're doing this? Are you doing this right now? Are you doing this? And I'm the most critical guy of this guy. Are you doing this? Go ahead. Where
It's
you
not.
going?
It's not who you think. It's not who you think.
Okay.
It's not who you think. It's not Bryce. I love Bryce. All right. But after last season, and I had so much hope for Alec Boehm to be the Phillies' first time that they
That's a
actually
great
hit
one.
on a prospect, and I crowned him after last season of 60 games. Maybe that was my fault, but I feel like a lot of the fan base had massive hope for this guy.
Yep.
And I don't think he's been the numbers say he's been trash. Like his OPS is just horrible.
Mhm.
But he's just not his defense hasn't gotten any better. His batting has regressed in consistency. Like he has some games where he'll have 3 or 4 hits and then the next week he'll have 0. So it's like the guy that hit 315 in his rookie season, we need that back. And also like his body, the way that he's a massive man. He should be hitting for more power. I don't understand how he doesn't hit more home runs. That's another huge point of this game that disappoints me. So just overall, he's one of my favorite players from last year, and he just disappointed me a ton this season.
I feel like he's late on every swing.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? He's just missing fastballs. I feel like everything just missed.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor, who's your most disappointing Philly?
All right, I got 2.
Nice.
Okay.
I would say either Bryce or Hoskins.
Both great ones.
Yeah. Both are
Yeah,
solid.
totally great. Yeah. Are they? Bryce, who's worth so much, is he living up to that? In your opinion?
I personally think that Bryce has been pretty injured this season though, and from a batting average perspective, he's having one of his better seasons in his career. So I'm not going to say he's been disappointing. So I feel like injuries has been disappointing, but when he's been on the field, he's done what he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And even fielding wise, he's done very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he always does.
Mm-hmm.
But again, when you get that kind of money,
right,
it's almost like what I talked about before the year. Like he has to have an MVP caliber season, and that comes with being healthy too. And disappointing comes with injuries. So when you talk about the most disappointing person, 1 + 1 = 2. So that's part of it. Availability is part of not being disappointing. And the other guy bet 229, 227 now, I guess, or whatever it is. So they're your 2 big guys in the middle of your lineup that have to have big years, and they're having meh, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Alec Boehm, another one. You expected a lot. It's another great answer. Aaron Nola, another great answer. So, I mean, these are all guys that are the core of this team that has to play great baseball. And they've all had their moments. But can you all do it together for a minute? It's like, reach out, touch hands. Man, you all got good ones.
I thought you were going to go into some Sweet Caroline there or something.
I was thinking
Reach it out.
I don't have the vocals for that, John. I'll let you all do that one. I don't have the vocals for that one. I know my role. Man, you can go, guy. Like people won't agree with it, but I'm gonna go with Noah. I'm gonna go to that side. I'm not gonna go McCutcheon because I don't know what I expected. Right? I don't know what I expected, but when it comes to Aaron, like I said, there's guys you want to really root for in sports because they're just fucking aces. That's that dude. So I want to root for him. You guys all know I've been the biggest supporter of him, even before just talking to him. You pitched Friday nights at LSU. I know your pedigree. I've seen you have Cy Young caliber seasons per se. I know you can do it. Right. So it's like, I need more. And it's not, the season isn't over yet. Season is not over yet. So you can figure it out again. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's done for him in any stretch. Get hot on the bump, and let's go. And who's been, I would say, we do want to do most, we'll go biggest. Ground out. We'll go biggest surprise. Who's been your biggest surprise?
I think with me, and again, he's been, I'd say, pretty consistent throughout his career anyway, but just how he's been hitting is Gene Segura. Right now, he's batting, I think, what is it right now? I think he's 313. I don't know what it is right now since he just struck out, but
312, so it didn't go down that much more.
Okay, yeah, but Gene Segura, but again, I've always been a big Gene guy. Always been a big Gene fan. So, but yeah, he's been having a really solid year. He gets on base, moves the guys around the plate. So, I mean, that's my guy.
I don't really know like who has been surprisingly good on this team. Like honestly, like you could. I mean, I don't really have like a cool like answer. Like maybe. I'm not going to say Wheeler because I knew that Wheeler could do this. But he just had to like put it together. I'm honestly just going to say like I think Ronald Torreyes has been pretty surprising, like especially for someone that we expected nothing out of. He's hitting 280 right now. He's had a lot of timely hits, and Girardi basically picked him up off the Mets AAA team as like a roster filler, and he's playing a lot for the Phillies. So I think that's a pretty big surprise.
Mm. Taylor, biggest surprise.
I would say Romuto. I'm saying this wrong. Name wrong. JT Romuto.
I think you're close enough. I say a lot of names wrong, so it's in a. I feel like I almost needed. I'm almost surprised that his power numbers aren't higher. JT's. Like that he only has 10 home runs.
I agree.
Like I feel like in this ballpark, I just would assume he could hit 30. Because he hit a bunch in Miami, so you think it's a smaller ballpark, he'll hit more. But he hasn't. His batting average has been solid. I mean, he's been good. You know, I don't think we even think about him, but he's getting paid a lot of money too.
Exactly.
Really is.
Appreciate it, Kayvon.
Yeah, thank you, Kayvon.
Yeah, JT hit 25 home runs in his first season with the Phillies, and then last year he had 11 in the 60 season.
Yeah.
So,
not bad. I mean, maybe he's right around where he should be, but I just feel like he should be around 15 right now.
Yeah,
but he's been getting hot as of late, which has helped. Yes, he said it's the whole damn team when we're talking about disappointment.
Yeah.
My surprise is it almost in a negative way that Odubel Herrera even got here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not because I don't think nothing about his talent or any of that or money owed to him, but like I can't believe Adam Hazley, who was the 7th pick overall, I can't believe he just went to a shrink or wherever he went. I mean, I can believe it, but I can't. Like, he just stopped playing baseball for a minute. And then Mickey Moniak looked like he couldn't play.
Yep.
And anything else we tried trying out there looked like he couldn't play. And then we got to Odubel, who we know what he is, right? Like, we know what he is. He's a solid player. He's a bonehead defensively, but he can swing it. You know what I mean? That's what he is. So that's going to segue into another question I have for you. And it's based off of what's more needed at the deadline. Starting pitching, center field, bullpen. And I will say, I'll just start off. It's the bullpen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Field, center field, like you can tread water. But why not? Why not both? Like, you know, if I have to rank it, I'll go bullpen, center. Now, I'll go bullpen, arm, center. That's how I'd rank it. What's everybody?
Yeah, I'm the same way with you, Tom. Yeah. I would say bullpen, starting pitching, and then center field. Because I feel like with center field, I mean, he hasn't been great, but Jankowski's been serviceable as far as the center fielder goes. But I feel like we've just lost too many games when it comes to trying to close out games. And Tom says it all the time. The hardest outs to get in a baseball game are the last 3. So as long as you can solidify that, like if we had a solid closer at the beginning of the season or even like halfway through the season, we at least have 10 more wins than what we have right now.
Just say 5. Just say 5 and you're in first place.
Exactly.
Just 5. That's how important it is. I think we all know we can swing it. So I don't think everybody, I'm not going to turn down an arm, but I think our lineup 1 through 8 can swing it, even if it's a Dubel or Jankowski, playing center. Like, you know what I mean? I'm fine with that because the rest of our lineup should be able to swing it, and them 2 guys can swing it. So and Jankowski's a good center fielder. Looks like he tracks balls well. You know what I mean? So I'm fine with it, but I'll take Marte and Kimbrel. Like, that's what I want. Does anybody rank it differently than bullpen, starting pitch, and center field?
I have it like exactly like you have, Tom. I think it's pretty much everyone agrees with you. Bullpen, starting pitching, center field. I just can't 25 blown saves, that just speaks for itself. Like, that just shows where this team is. And we always do the thing where, like, if the Phillies had won half of those games, we'd be head and shoulders above these teams. Not just these teams, but we'd have one of the best records in the National League. So,
yeah, maybe baseball.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's ridiculous. The same thing as last year. Like,
well, it's different, right? Because it's the 7th inning on now. They count it as save opportunities, which is dumb. So not all of them are like 9th inning saves, but like the last 9 outs, they're almost counting as save opportunities. But regardless, Sean, you get the lead in where you need. That's why it's so important to have a good 7th, 8th, 9th guy.
Yeah, regardless, you got to win those games. And I mean, when I watch the Phillies consistently blow games, it's painful, but I'm used to it because of, Brett Brown and Doc. So, I mean, it is what it is.
All right. So, strikeout. So he threw like 109 pitches. Wheeler got through 7. You're up 3. And now you got to go to the 8th. Hopefully you can tack on here. We got to go to the 8th and see if this pen can win you a baseball game, because now you're in that, what we were talking about right now. Now you're in that safe situation, per se, coming into the 7th. You're through that with the lead. Can you hold it down? Can you keep that number where it is in the second half? Because imagine if they can keep that number where it is. And that's going to be having to make a move. That's no way in hell they can do as constructed with this bullpen. No possible way.
Nope.
What did the Chicago Cubs want for Craig Kimbrel? Simple. I don't even look elsewhere right now.
They just traded John Peterson for like nothing, so can't be that much.
Right.
You can get him for like cheaper than you think you are because you can eat the money. You can take the money off of their books. So do that, right? Give up 2 or 3 prospects for him. Maybe one pans out. Who gives a shit? And then go all in for Sterling Marte. And then really get cute. Because I got to think about what starting pitchers are going to be available. So even though I had it second, I just don't know who's available, right? I got to really look into like what guys are really being dangled out there. They're actually really available. But I know Marte is available. So why not do that? And then you really upgrade your center field spot. And then if you want to trade, you trade a guy like a Dubel for like a 5th starter somewhere, go ahead. Who cares?
What's up, Kayvon? I don't know if we got to Super Chat, but thank you.
Yeah, we did, but we'll give him love again.
Awesome.
We'll give him love again. We appreciate it, brother. Keys, I like Whit Merrifield, but that doesn't move the needle for me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Gene Segura. I mean, he's going to hit, but he's not going to help you win.
Right.
Now, would you go to the Cubs and just go Kimbrel? I want Kimbrel and Bryant.
I would say to the Cubs, look, you want to give me Kimbrel and Bryant? We're saving you money. I'll send you. I mean, would you give him Stott in that because Bryant is a high caliber name, even though he has a massive contract?
Well, they're getting Bohm or Stott. They're not getting both.
No, obviously. I would say, you know what, you can have Stott. Would you give him Hoskins too to clear up first base or what?
No, because I'd have to play third.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want all the power back in my lineup. I want to be able to mash you.
You want Bryant at third?
Yeah, why not?
So then where's Bohm going? You trading him?
Oh, okay. You're talking about that kind of situation. Yeah, because I'm not playing him in center. Yeah,
I would think about maybe trading Hoskins, and if they want Stott to get both of them, then
I almost think that's too much. I almost think you don't.
I agree with you, but like we don't have any other like assets. You know what I mean? Like we don't have any other players that they would want.
Yeah, you do. You just dangle out freaking.
We could trade that catcher prospect that apparently the Phillies.
Yeah, but you might not even have to give that much up because both guys are. One guy, Kimbrel's only got a year left after this year.
Yeah.
Right.
And Brian wants out pretty clearly.
And Brian wants out. And yes, he can play center field. So I mean, he could, I'd rather maybe Bryce play center, but with all his injuries, like I don't know, you know what I mean? I'd rather just keep him over and right where he's almost safer.
If we had Brian in the lineup, I feel like Hoskins adding 229 wouldn't be as bad because his one hit a night could be a home run. That would, I mean, he could still slug, so
yeah,
you can still keep him around. The defense isn't getting any better, though.
Could you get rid of those guys?
I don't think Moniak has any trade value, but I mean, you could try to trade him in that.
22.
You could send him to them in that deal. Like, why not?
He's 22.
But
He's still got value. At
I
22.
think though, if you involve Stott in the package, then the Cubs would be like, all right, you could take him. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just not putting him in early. I'm going to try to get it done without even putting him in early if I can, because there's probably a way I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if that's putting Alec Boehm in the deal or Hoskins, then I'm doing that, right?
I personally wouldn't trade Boehm.
I wanted to move him the first, but you know what I mean? Then I would trade Hoskins like you said, Johnny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Greg had a question. Knowing how bad our bullpen, knowing how trash our bullpen is, do you push Wheeler out there in the 8th? He's got like 108, 109 pitches.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but I just don't want to risk him injuring himself. But I mean,
overrated. But go ahead. At this level, I think it's overrated.
No, I agree, but that's my only concern. But no, I'd still put him out just because of how bad our bullpen is.
All right, John.
I have no reason to, but I'm saying go to the bullpen.
Oh, all right, fair. Taylor.
So I wouldn't put him out there.
You're making it tough on me now. I don't know. Bryce just struck out. It's go there.
It's a $100,000 strikeout.
I do go give him the first batter. Maybe give him the first batter, see if it's clean.
Yeah.
Maybe. It'd be nice to get runs here because then it's a no-brainer.
Right.
You know what I mean? You tack on, you take the decision out of the coach's hand. Then you're definitely going to the pen. But I would run him out for another batter. If he gets a quick out, you give him another one.
Brian doesn't care. He says play him till the 9th. Why not?
Yeah, pitch him 130. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who cares?
You guys gotta learn. These guys that are stretched out can do this shit.
Ryan, the analytics will tell you that his arm is going to fall off after the 115th pitch.
Fucking nerds. Nerd city. Guys threw for freaking 12 years in the big leagues, and guys threw 100 pitches all the time.
I think it's fair, though, like what you were saying, Tom, you said at this level, like definitely college kids and even high schoolers that are throwing like 95, like that is not something that you want to stretch out, especially as you being a coach, you would know more about that. But
yeah, I mean, every once in a while you can air somebody out that's been primed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, you take care of it. You take care of your arm after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's about your regimen after that takes care of your arm. You know what I mean? More so than because like everything's in context. Okay, I threw 90 pitches, but was it an easy 90? You know what I mean? Was it stressful? Where there's a ton of guys on base, right? So you got to like factor that in to almost the pitch count. So if I threw 120, but there was no stress, right? Nobody was ever on. Then that's like not really 120. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like then the next game I'm not running him 120. Next game I probably ease off of him and say I got him at 90, right? And you even the shit out. Yes, that's huge, Reese. We're talking about trading you. Come on, JT. Come on, JT. Get in, baby. Let's go. There's the run we needed. So no, Wheeler's not coming back out. Now, no. Up 4. Nope. And if we lose this game, we should just end the stream. End it. Troy says he wants Morel Kelly from the D-backs for cheap as a 4 starter. What's his numbers, Troy? Is he having a good year? The D-backs been so bad I haven't even paid attention to him.
Right. Oh, Kelly. Let's see. 4.26 ERA this year. Let's see.
Right. It's not April either. It's August. Stretch them out, Greg says. Stretch these out. But now I don't think you have to. Right? We'll see. I didn't see what they did. And what else do we have? All right. Where do you rank Joe Girardi against the other Philly coaches?
We're going AV, Doc, and Sirianni.
Yep, add them all in. Where do you rank? What's your 1 through 4 ranking?
Let's see. It's 1 through 4. I would say obviously Doc's number 1.
I agree. I agree. Doc being 1.
Yeah, Doc's number 1. That's obvious.
Championship. So I mean,
right.
So.
Already won a championship too. So.
Oh, he did. You're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, it was a long time ago too, right? Everybody.
It's been like the same year, 2008, 2009.
Yeah, both a long time ago. All right, go ahead.
I think Girardi and Vigneault, I think you can put in like a similar position because like we've seen them when the team does well and we've seen them when the team struggled. So I think either way you can go 2 or 3. And then obviously Sirianni 4, just because it's his first year and the season hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, you don't know. You know rock, paper, scissors.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you know.
He's pretty good at that.
Johnny, how do you rank it?
I'm going Doc 1 as well. I'm a fan of Doc, and I don't want to get into Pete's not here, so I don't think we're going to have to struggle with this, but any coach that has to deal with Ben Simmons on your team, you're kind of automatically at a disadvantage. So,
you sure he's not going to come on now?
Yeah. Number 2, I would say, is AV, because AV has been with multiple teams, and every team that he's gone to has shown that he makes a difference with them quickly. Yeah. He's been to the Stanley Cup final multiple times. Once hold on 1 second. I don't know what happened to my computer. All right. Once with the Canucks and once with the Rangers. So he knows what it takes to win in the playoffs. Girardi does as well, but I feel like Vigneault is a slightly better coach with lesser players. Girardi, when he was on that Yankees team, that team was loaded. So, but I don't think Girardi's a bad coach. I just think he's a big name, and I think we have to temper our expectations at this point. He's much older than he was back then. And it's like, I personally feel like hockey coaches do a lot more than they do in baseball. So, and then Sirianni obviously last because he hasn't shown anything.
Yeah. Yep. Fair. Taylor?
So I kind of agree with you guys. Definitely Doc first, and then Sirianni last, and then within the 2 in the middle. You know, no one's better than the other there.
Yeah, that's a fair way of looking at it too.
Yep.
They're just the same.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. They both have success.
Mm-hmm.
Both haven't. So they're the same. Doc's pretty much has had playoff success everywhere he's been.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's pretty much been a nonstop playoff-er. That's even a thing.
To an extent. I mean, Doc did not lose us. I don't personally think Doc lost us a championship. The Sixers just weren't good enough to win a championship. I mean, if you think the Sixers could have won the title this year, you're just a delusional. So, at least from what we've seen.
Why? Because of Ben?
Yes.
I guess you're right. I mean, the way he played, there's no running from it.
Like, we can't just say, like, the only way that we can't say that the Sixers would have beat either of those teams in the finals. Like, we just can't say that.
We ignorant. We give everybody love. We get to them. We circle the block here. Outside of Sirianni, Greg says, I'm really down on this group of Philly coaches. You're such an issue. You're such an idiot. Like, you're gonna fall in love with the rock paper scissors. I know the type of guy you are. You rock paper scissors. Freaking, you're too much of a competitor for that. All right, you're gonna be out on the guys who have had success and the guy who's never done it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For all the people also that are going to be a little pissed off that we're using 4 of the teams, Jim Curtin is probably better than Joe Girardi. So
who?
The Union coach. But you know how people get getting this type of stuff with like, oh, you didn't include the Union and like,
yeah. You know what them people can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we include the union. We got a soccer show on A2D Radio, so we include the union. I just don't watch soccer. You can literally put it on my back porch, and I'm closing the blinds. You understand? Like, hey, I'll put it in the yard. My blinds are closing. Got other things I watch. I watch Law and Order SVU marathons. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I got no time for that. No time.
Ignorant.
And I played soccer before. I played soccer when I was younger, so it's not like I hate the sport. I got too many other things to watch, and it's boring. I don't care what anybody says. It's boring. Boring.
Ignorant. I just want to ask ignorant. What makes you think the Sixers could have won a championship? Like, are we talking about this team? Like, this team currently constructed can't win a championship because we just saw them lose to a team they should have beat. So,
I think he's saying like talent wise and the seed they were, and along those lines, you know, they and you see Milwaukee win it, which you know you can play well against, right? And you're like, man, we're right there.
I get that argument, but also like, what is this team's downfall? I'm not just trying to like beat a dead horse, but like late in games, we're playing without a player on the court.
I get that. I get all that. But nobody out there could have predicted what he did in the second round. Mm-hmm. No matter if you're a hater, a lover, etc. Nobody, no, Johnny. Nobody could have predicted that. That's on a whole nother level of where'd you go.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with you.
Missing person, right? Like that's a whole nother level compared to what years past. Years past, he's at least had a pulse. In the first round, he had a pulse. So what happened in the second round to me is almost like it got that bad where it got flukish. Like I almost want to say it got flukish where like we know he disappears, but not to the level of what happened. That's all I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not going to
have won a championship. That's what I
sit
right
here and say like that.
We're 1 seed, Johnny. Grow up. We were the goddamn 1 seed. Don't say we couldn't have won a championship. We were the 1 seed. We weren't the 5, the 4. We didn't underachieve.
We did underachieve.
But I'm talking about what our expectations were. You didn't come on here talking championships.
My expectations were Eastern Conference Finals minimum. And we didn't do that.
But we didn't get there, so don't say if we can get the Eastern Conference Finals, we can get to the chip.
I mean, it's possible. Like if you're
we're
one of
the 1 seed.
I mean, I didn't
up that bomb until you understand it. Like
I did not predict. I'm not telling you
loser doing that. Nobody can predict that.
I'm not telling you I predicted that Ben was going to do that, but I did say he will collapse when it comes down to the second round. I said it since March.
You predicted Danny Green getting hurt?
No.
So in context, that 1 seed was good enough to go to the NBA Finals. What we watched all year was good enough to go to the NBA Finals. Agree or disagree?
I mean,
for everybody.
Like I thought they were good enough to potentially. I thought they were definitely going to make the conference finals, and I thought potentially, maybe we'll see what happens if Embiid can go up against Giannis and show that he's an elite, he's better than Giannis, and maybe we can go to the finals. But I just don't get all these like Sixers fans saying, "Wow, if we would have beat the Hawks, we would have won the championship." Like it's not how it works. The Bucks are clearly a better team than the Sixers.
We were a championship caliber basketball team from what we watched get into the dance in Milwaukee and Phoenix. You cannot sit there and say, and I'm not a believer that the window's closed. I'm just telling you that what we watched all year and what we witnessed says that we were an Eastern Conference Finals or an NBA Finals contender. How did chips fall? I don't know. But we were a contender there and should have been there.
All right, fair enough. That's fair enough.
And I think everybody has the right to say that. And I'm not putting that all on Ben. There's enough on Ben. 50%'s on Ben. but there's also 25% that if Danny Green doesn't get hurt, we're at least going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So that's just factual. They're not beating us because Herder's not dropping freaking 26 on Danny Green. He's not. He's not. For anybody with a basketball IQ, people are going to tell me in the chat. I know it's coming. No, Tom. That doesn't even make sense, Tom. Like, Danny Green's not that important. He averages 8 points a game, or what they're going to tell me. And you don't watch enough basketball then. You didn't watch the guy all year shut down the perimeter, which is so important in this league, and nobody will talk about it. Don't talk to me about what Trae Young did to him because he can't cover Trae Young. Should have never been put on Trae Young in this series. In that series. Should never been put on him from Jump Street. That was on Doc. What are you having a slower guy guard their fastest guy? Like, that's just, you have no feel? Because we can sit on a fucking couch and tell you, Doc, I don't think you should cover him.
I don't know if this is going to happen, but I'm responding to Ralph's comment.
Oh, hey, Ralph.
With look at them talking about Ben due to staying. Look, Ralph, I'm not going to put major money on it. I'm doing this out of hope. I don't know if A2D is going to have a show during draft night next Thursday, and I don't know if I'm going to be on it. But I will bet you that Ben Simmons is going to get traded that night or before then.
Hold on. Because I want this cut if needed for you, Johnny. But this is an important moment in your life. Tori had to go and put her important moment in her life out, which we love Tor, about the Bucks winning it. And credit to her, right? Great job. I love her. I don't like giving credit to her, though. Good in sports, you don't want other people to be right sometimes. But no, all jokes aside, we want this moment for you, Johnny. We want this moment. First of all, I want the moment for Sixers fans. Now, not only are you telling me he's getting traded, who's he getting traded to then, Mr. Crystal Ball? I need to hear it.
The Sacramento Kings.
I knew he was going to say that too.
For who?
De'Aaron Fox.
And what else?
I think it's going to be De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield.
Straight up for Ben?
For Ben and Shake Milton and a first.
No way.
The Sixers' 28th overall pick. I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to say I like saying bet because I'm hopeful that it's going to happen, but if I'm being realistic, I think there's a 75% chance that there's going to be a major Sixers trade on draft night because we've been hearing about the Sixers. I know Kyle Neubeck reported earlier the Sixers have been said to want to trade their first round pick this year. I don't think any deal that they would be making with that pick would be substantial unless they're throwing it in with Ben to get something else. So,
listen, I mean, I like it. I like where your head's at with that. I think I do that deal. There's not a lot of deals I do for Ben right now, even though what I watch, but I do that deal. Yeah, I think I do that deal. Okay. Well,
the only issue, though, is that that would, hinder my prediction is that Morey may just be waiting till he sees Damian Lillard options come available. Like,
they're available now.
I mean, I don't know if how the Rockets were with Harden. We're not trading him, and then second week of the season he's traded. So
yeah,
Hell says he's out though. I mean, Keith says he's out. If they do that, I'm out.
Why are you out, Keith?
Actually, I mean, I don't know. I like De'Aaron Fox. I like Buddy Hield. I just don't. I hope they don't have losing stench on him. That's all. Mm-hmm. But I'm okay with what you're giving up, per se. Like Shake is what he is. I don't know what he is. He's inconsistent. Shake
doesn't have a role on this team, especially if you're going to be keeping Maxey and George Hill.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield's a good addition there. Either starting or off your bench as a six man. Either way is a win for this basketball team because I bring Danny Green back too, right? So you got to do this right. But no, I mean, I think that I like it. I like it. We lose a little bit defensively, but I like it. And that's why Danny's so important to bring back then.
Yeah, I really just do think that that Daryl Morey is going to be active on draft night.
Okay.
Very well could be. Okay,
so I want everybody to give me their percent out of 100 that Ben Simmons is traded this offseason. It's traded.
You start with Taylor.
All right. I'm going to say 60% out of 100.
I'm gonna say because I feel like just knowing this franchise and this organization, I feel like I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna say 40 because they're gonna try and market it somehow, some way to the fans and be like, "Oh, Ben's improved, Ben's back," and Doc's always gonna be like, "He's a great player. He's a great player. I don't know what everyone sees. I don't know what you're complaining about."
You know, Scott O'Neill's gone, right? The marketing fraud that he was. He's gone, right?
Oh, I know.
Okay. I'm going to say 99.99% chance that it happens. But the 0.001% chance that it doesn't is just put there because the Sixers organization is dysfunctional and anything can happen. Like Jake said. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it would just be such a show, like such a madhouse if he actually did return for opening night that I just don't know, like, what would happen at all.
Yeah, I'm going to say Tara 160, Jake 140, you went 99. Not leaving many options.
Like no bias too. Like I'm just being like real. I don't see the Sixers bringing him back. Like Morey's not playing around. He said championship or bust. He said straight up, and they didn't do it. So,
well, it's his first year. I like the confidence, but you almost got to set a little bit of a culture year one to build it off for year two. Not only as upper management, but as a coaching staff and everything. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I'll disagree about, them winning a championship year one. That's not realistic.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he expected them to win. I think he just set that goal knowing that they probably wouldn't win, and that he would be shipping Ben off.
I'll say then I'll go to the opposite end of you then. I'll say 5%. Going 5%. I could easily see them bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, devil's advocate. I could easily see the other side of it. I could literally then tell me and then breaking, look at them. And they're on the skis. They're on the slopes, right? They're on the mountains. Here they go because they love Ben so much. I can see it. I can literally see it because then you're going to tell me I don't know basketball. You don't know basketball. Oh, okay. Okay. And I also agree with Keys. Like, if it's not Dame, though, am I all in? I'm all in for Dame. Anything else is like, okay. Like, your deal was good, Johnny. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. But am I in love with it?
If you're not doing a trade for Dame, you're taking a risk. You're taking a chance that you may be a better team, but
I'm still going to win regular season games. So my risk is I'm still getting in the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, as long as you have Joel Embiid, you're making the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter.
I think a team they make the playoffs with Ben Simmons too. I mean, I think either way they're a playoff team. Mm-hmm. Like Joel can miss 25 games and Ben play all the games, and they're still a playoff team. You know what I mean? Because he's going to be fine with him out. They'll go like 10-2 and 12, or 8-2 and 12 and 10 game stretches. They just will. He's a good regular season player, John. You know what I mean? Like, all the hate aside, he's a good regular season player.
Yep.
That's why his value's still high. Still high, because teams that aren't relevant say, well, maybe he can take us to the postseason. Mm-hmm. Whoop-de-doo.
That's why I think a team like the Kings would definitely be ready to do it.
There. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree that they'd be willing to do it. They did say they're willing to do it without the Aaron Fox. So then what are you willing to do it for?
Meet in the middle.
You've had other teams say they'd be willing to do it, but not for this and not for that.
Yep.
But that's just sort of that GM talk that we talked about before. What about Tobias? Give me your 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 100. Give me your percentage. Tobias Harris is back. Your percentage he's back.
I would say like 80%. Just because if you trade him, you're losing at least 20 plus points a night from a guy who's at least your number 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe you could get something back for him, or maybe he's like a trade package. Then we'll have a different conversation. But I just don't think. Again, I hate his contract. I despise his contract. But you'd be losing 20 points a night, 20 plus points a night. So I can't risk to lose that right now.
I'm saying 95% chance he's back. I don't see any reason why the Sixers would trade him. He's a good fit with Joel Embiid.
Yep.
Good guy in the locker room. He's one of the main leaders on the team. I really don't care that much about the contract as much as people obsess about it, because he does his role. You know, he's a guy that the way the salary cap works, even though he technically, yes, is overpaid because he makes as much as Kevin Durant, LeBron do, he can be a championship number 3 option. So he's a valuable player on a team. Like, this is how the market works. Just like how quarterbacks set the market. Tobias Harris getting a contract. Yeah, the Sixers overpaid, but if they didn't do that, we're losing him for nothing, and he's probably still making $30 million at least from another team. So is that $5-6 million really that important? Not really, in my opinion.
All right.
So I kind of go with like 85%. I kind of agree with Keith about like who wants them.
Yeah, I don't know who wants him. He's been everywhere. It's like, who wants him back?
Right.
I would say 90. I think he's back. I agree with everybody else's opinions and thoughts on it. Like, I don't know. One, it's like, okay, you know, either way, you need Ben to score, right? So it's like the bias would be you're a championship team if the bias is your 3 per se.
Yeah, for sure.
You're like set up just like the Bucks, like Drew. He's equivalent to Drew to me. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they're both like they're different positions, but they're equivalent in production to me. They really are. And you need who's your Middleton, right? That's the question. Because Middleton really played great this postseason, and he hasn't in years past. Hasn't. So Bucks fans were out on Chris Middleton. Yo, for the last 2 years, Bucks fans were running him out of town that he wasn't good enough as the second guy. So all our talk about Ben and Toby, guys have been down this road before, like the Bucks have been a 1 seed, and guys haven't lived up to their potential, and they've been bounced. But they also went out and said, okay, we're going to go get Drew. So what can the Sixers do if they keep Ben to add on?
I would also, I'm not saying this is going to answer your question. I'm just throwing this out because I was thinking about it. I would love to see your reaction, Tom, if the Sixers did a trade where it was Ben for Kyrie Irving. I would just love to see your reaction to that. to see, you know, so A2D Fan Friday, Kyrie out for graduation party.
I might not watch. But
you know,
Kyrie, I'm going to do my best Kyrie. I'm going to take some time off.
But you know that one. The thing is though that 1 or 2 games every 7 days that he does play, you'll be seeing an Allen Iverson level show.
Yeah, whoop-de-do.
Yeah.
Throw the ball, Ranger. Jesus, I'm going to hold on to the ball for it. Yeah, I hate Kyrie too, Johnny. Hate Kyrie. And Johnny was our first member to win a jersey, sending him out to Joel Embiid here this week, getting it out to him. Still in the package. People on Instagram complaining about free jerseys. You know what I mean? You guys see that? They were giving away free jerseys. I got fucking. You know how much money it starts costing when you get to a bunch of them? They're like $35 a piece. So don't tell me they're 7. They're 35. All right. So take fucking notes. You don't want free shit, then don't comment.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be giving away them all on our social platforms where you can follow us at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere. And then obviously we're gonna be doing them to our A2D members here as well. So over on YouTube, become a member or just go follow our pages and you get in on all the jersey giveaways. I got a bunch of 2Xs. I'm going to go 3s. I'm going to go XLs. I'm going to get sizes for everybody here. So everybody calm down. You know what I mean? People want, what are you going to post, 45 jerseys at once? You know what I mean? We got this is what these people want. I've never seen as many Karens in my life over something free. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then one guy says, A2D buys followers. I think it's our 3rd jersey giveaway in 7 years. So buy this. Clowns. People, you know, like I learned that people just, you know, we live rent free.
Yep.
Everybody. Welcome to A2D because we've been doing it longer than everybody and we live rent free. With everybody. With everybody that's not in our circle. It's rent free talk. They traded the future for Drew. Yeah, but I mean, go ahead. I mean, you're telling me, you know, that's our boy Dennis. Dennis, you're telling me you don't do that knowing you're winning a championship? Now, nobody has that crystal ball, but like looking back on it, like you trade whatever. What do you want? What do you want?
It was a great trade.
Tom, if anything to do with Nike, no thanks. I've boycotted everything Nike. What Nike? What did I say Nike? The jerseys.
I don't know why he's boycotted Nike, but
Some are Mitchell and S, some are Nike. So I got combos. I don't know. Yeah, I don't boycott clothing lines. I like their gear. You know what I mean? I like Nike shit. I mean, I can't run from it. I like their stuff. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? I like their stuff, right? I get it though. Never can make everyone happy. We live in a world filled with douchers. Yeah, Vinny.
Yep.
You know it. But yeah, so we're doing jersey giveaways. We got tons of stuff for you. Become an A2D member over on YouTube. Jake, I don't know if you have the link way if you want to drop it in there for the people.
Yeah, I can drop it in real quick.
But become a member, and you can win money off Money Pop Podcast, Willie Vegas, jersey giveaways, 20% off gear, 20% off all campus. You get all kinds of shit, all kinds of stuff coming. Let's go to
my bad.
Go ahead, Johnny. What were you saying, brother?
I was going to say, did you want to talk about Deshaun Watson real quick?
I'm going right there. Get out of my head. What's the percentage chance that Deshaun Watson is an Eagle? Before the season, we'll do, and then we'll do after the season your percent chances. So before the season, what's your percent chance he's an Eagle?
Right now,
before the season.
Yeah, right now I would say probably like 20%. So I'm not touching a guy, whether it be.
You think it's that high?
No, 20% being the chance that we do trade for him.
I think that's pretty high though, considering we're only 4 days out from training camp. Like, if they would have traded for him, I feel like they would have done it by now, so he could get in the building, get settled.
Yeah, but just knowing how the league is, I know he's going to get suspended for at least 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everyone, including the Eagles, are just waiting until all the legal stuff's situated. Whether he did it or not, we don't know. That's up for the legal system to figure out and do that whole investigation thing. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, yeah, Jake, what about after the season? What do you think?
I mean, after the season, I think I said this last week. To me, it doesn't matter how well Jalen Hurts plays, unless he plays at an MVP caliber level. I just don't see how Jalen Hurts is here. I think Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie have already made up their mind as far as what they want to do with the Deshaun Watson conversation, and they obviously have the ammunition to do it.
Yep.
We're going to have 3 first-round picks next year, and knowing Howie Roseman, he's freaking touching himself that we have 3 first-round picks next year because he – you know how Howie is. He always has to make a splash. So
put his baby hands on it. Sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. You started it. I didn't start it. I just came in with a jab.
Just a little touch. We're
reaching out again. Yeah, so 20%. All right. I don't know. I'm going to say 0-0 just to get that out the way. He's a loser. I want no parts of this guy. All right, I've heard too much. I don't like what I hear. I don't like what I've been told. I'm not judging jury on nobody. You understand? But I got a decision to stay away from somebody. Make sense? Like I have that decision. I don't have to. I'm not judging jury on anybody's life. But I had the decision to say, you know what? I'm not tying my horse to you or tying my cart to you as you being my horse. You got a better chance of him drafting a guy next year or going for another veteran than you do going this direction. And to say that they made up their mind, Jake, they drafted Jalen Hurts too.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So, who knows what they're going to do? I don't know. I think that all this link is just people being bored because I don't think he's coming here.
Yeah. I mean, you have Aaron Rodgers that wants out, and it looks like Devontae Adams might be out of Green Bay too. So,
well, you have the resources to do that.
Oh my! Could you imagine? Could you imagine getting those two? Woo.
Trying to win
Aaron
right now.
Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith.
Oh my God!
I think that
I'll give him all my picks next year.
Oh, yeah. It's not even a question.
You can have all 3 of them. You can have every pick I have next year. Like literally, all. What do I got? 10 next year? Next year's draft. Take everyone.
Take them. I don't care.
We're gooch.
Yeah. For the before the season, I'm saying 5%. Because and some wild stuff happens in the NFL. Not only does the NFL have like the second craziest offseason only to the NBA, but we've seen trades happen before in training camp. Not maybe to this extent, but we have seen it before. So I'm saying 5%, but I really don't think it's likely. Just like I said before about how the Eagles have Jalen Hurts ready to go for training camp, I feel like they're settled with that right now. But after the season, I totally agree with Jake, and I also agree with your point, Tom, about like I don't like Deshaun Watson right now, but I just know how the Eagles think, and I just feel like it's just signed, sealed, delivered that their plan is as soon as this guy is available, they're picking up on it. And I mean, every report has said that, from Howard Eskin to Adam Schefter to.
I think it's all bullshit. I think it's all bullshit. It's bullshit. You're not like, what are you doing?
It's
what
classic Eagles, though. It just makes sense. Like, even like, I can see, I personally, like, I can see him being the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback.
You all support that shit? I can't support it.
I don't support it, but I'm just
support it. Listen, I got 2 pit bulls, and I can support Michael Vick. There's a difference. There's a fucking difference. There's a difference. I can support a guy after he does his time and shows remorse. I can't support a guy in the moment. I don't know if he's true or false. I don't know. Yeah. Right? I know the Vic situation. That's different. He was out of football. Dude had to work his way back in the football. Giving him a second chance to be a backup is different. He had to earn it back. It's a different situation and scenario than what this is. I just can't. Listen, man, I just can't. I can't. There's just too much going on there for me to be like, yeah, this guy's going to be the face of my franchise right now. Right now.
No, that's fair.
Right now. Give me all in for Rodgers then if he's available. You know what I mean? You want to make a splash, make a goddamn splash.
Rodgers would get you those for 4 years. The Eagles would be the top of the talk of the league,
right next to the Bucs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Watson's had good teams there and hasn't won shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean. It's not like he hasn't had good teams there earlier on.
Yep.
He has. He's had weapons. He's had them things. He's the best wide receiver in football.
He's had solid teams, but he also has been coached by Bill O'Brien. So
I get you, but he's part of blowing leads himself, is he not?
He the only time Deshaun Watson was really in the playoffs, that one year when he had an amazing year. I mean, the year before that he was a rookie, then he got injured. Then the third year he really broke out. He had an amazing playoff performance, and then he came up against the Chiefs, and he really couldn't do anything. They were just outmatched. So
I would just stick with Hurts, man. I got a weird feeling that since we're all down on him, that he's going to be able to play.
I mean, I hope so. I hope he's good.
I hope so. I like Jalen Hurts.
I like him a lot.
And he's a class act, right? Which is a big part of it too. When you're leading a franchise, you got to be able to play. One, but the other thing is Watson gets banged up a lot.
Yep.
Hurts probably will, but not yet. You know what I mean? He's young still. He can run around and take the licks when you're younger. But as you get older and you're a runner, you know what I mean? He's at the same thing. How good of a pocket passer is he?
Right. So
you're almost like if I'm going to make a deal, I'm making a deal for a guy that I know can win me a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one guy that's even like remotely available that can win me a championship right now, and that'd be Aaron Rodgers. Anybody else is like, I don't know, because this guy's missing 8 games. I stink, which I'm okay with thinking. But like, come on. Ryan Williams said he believes big time in Jalen Hurts. I like Deshaun Watson, guys, as a football player.
Mm-hmm.
Clarify it. The extra just makes him not as good of a football player.
Right. Yep.
It just makes him not as good of a football player. I don't know what to tell people.
People that don't think that matters are just being delusional. It matters, especially as a quarterback. You need to be the face of the locker room, the team. You need to have
guys looking at you, waiting for you to drop your towel in the locker room. You know what I mean? Guys are just looking at you, waiting for you to drop your towel. There he goes again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. When you're the face of something, and I say same thing about Ben, same thing about Carson when he was here, right? Carson, everybody's going to look at you because you're getting the most money.
Yep.
So when you're getting the most money in pro sports, everybody is looking about how you go about your business, from reporters to your teammates to your coaches to your upper mat, everybody. Because the players want to be you. The players want to get paid like you. That's just factual. The players want the cars you have.
Yep.
So you got to be a leader. Because guys are going to wonder if you deserve the things you're getting. These are human beings. And if you have off the field question marks, I don't bring doubt in my locker room.
Right. And I think the big thing too is sticking with the leadership topic. Like we haven't really seen Deshaun Watson deal with humility, especially on this level, because Deshaun Watson's always been highly coveted, highly talked about. But with Jalen Hurts, he was highly coveted when he was in college. Then he struggled in Alabama, got benched, and stuck it out for that year, sitting behind Tua. And then obviously he did what he did in Oklahoma. But you saw how Jalen Hurts, what's the word I'm looking for?
Bounce back.
Well, not really bounce back, but just how he handled himself just as a person. Because you can see teammates to where they get disgruntled, they get upset, saying like, "Oh, it should be me out there." But he's a class act from top to bottom. Like Tom says, he's aces. He's aces.
He stayed.
Yeah.
He stayed, and then he transferred out. But he stayed, and he kept working. Kayvon, thank you, brother.
Appreciate it, Kayvon.
Kayvon said, I'd rather have an all-right QB who everyone loves leading my franchise than an elite QB that does this extra stuff that I don't like off the field. We appreciate the super chat. I 110% agree with everything you wrote there. What I love the star QB, who everyone loves too. Yeah, I like that guy too.
Mm-hmm.
But, can I get both? Without the off the field, that'd be great. And I'll never question Deshaun Watson's ability on the field because he's a stud. But Kayvon's 100% right, and everybody out there, I believe that, I think more and more people are trying to believe in Jalen Hurts. I think we're trying to psych ourselves into believing in him, and that's fine too. We have no expectations this year. Now, if we get another cornerback, then we probably have expectations.
Right.
So I got a couple more questions for you, and anything you all have, and then we can call it a night. But my next one is 2 Eagles that you're most excited to see. And it can be more. If you got a couple more, add them in. So 2 Eagles, and everybody out there comment in, let us know. 2 Eagles you're most excited to see. It's fun talking Eagles, though, right? I mean, I could do without the Deshaun ever again in the topic. Know what happens. But everything else, it's fun to talk about it, even though we don't know what they're going to be, right? So still good to have them coming back. So 2 Eagles you're most excited to see. And if you have more, let us know. You can have up to 5, whatever. Give me some people you're excited to see.
I mean, obviously the first one's going to be Devontae Smith, and I think that's going to be that goes for everybody, obviously. But oh my God, why am I forgetting his name? The 2nd-round pick lineman. Why am I forgetting his name?
Oh, Landon Dickerson.
Landon Dickerson. Yeah, Landon Dickerson's one I'm also excited about, just because I want to see how he's going to translate, and I think he's going to dominate. To be honest with you, I think he's going to dominate, smooth transition, and just being at the level where he came from in Alabama, and just like the kind of teammate that he is, makes me really excited about him. Now, it just depends on if he can beat out Isaac Seumalo for that spot, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And 2 great names, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
2 great names to be excited for. Johnny, who are you excited to see?
I have written down 5 here.
Oh, geez.
5-piece nugget.
I'm just going to go real quick. All right, so Devontae Smith is my number 1 because I was the biggest cheerleader since 2 years ago, and I'm
you weren't.
The Eagles got him.
I knew he was going to say something.
No, you weren't.
2 years. Am I counting? I'm trying to count.
You weren't. You didn't know me.
Beginning of last season of Alabama. The beginning of last season of Alabama. That's what I'm trying to say, not 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. His Heisman season is when I got on the train.
Yeah. You're wrong. So go ahead.
All right. This is gonna make Tom even more mad. Number two, most excited is Jalen Reagor because I just feel like really feel like he's gonna bounce back and he's gonna have at least 800 yards this season. I just think that he's gonna do well with a new coach, new system. He seems to like Jalen Hurts a lot, so we'll see how that works out. Number 3 is like more of a less flashy name, but I really love this guy. Brandon Brooks. I can't wait to see him back on the field, hopefully fully healthy and for the rest of the season. 4, Jalen Hurts obviously is going to be exciting to watch. And then 5, I have another surprise one. I'd like to see if Derek Barnett can possibly do anything different with a new DC.
Okay.
Pieces if we want to be successful. Taylor, who do you got? Most
So I
excited?
have Hurts and Sanders. I think they both have a lot of potential, and we can see what they can do for the team.
Mm-hmm.
They're my two.
Yep.
Miles is important to see because there's a guy who talked about, not that long ago that he wanted to be the MVP of the league and, all the other things. So it'd be nice to see him have a complete season. And what I mean by that is he's shown his explosiveness, but can you hold on to the football? Can you catch a ball out of the backfield consistently? Those things are important to be a number one running back in the NFL, which we hope he has the capabilities of being. And Jalen's one of them no-brainers because we all are excited, right? Like he should be on everybody's list because we want to see what he is. Nobody knows what he is.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Johnny, great name, Brandon Brooks, because he's been banged up, and it'd be nice to see if he can stay on the field. I know NFC East B said Brooks and Johnson, which are great names because I want to see if Lane can stay healthy. Devontae, obviously, I'm really excited to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my son. So when it comes like kid talk, I get really jazzed up because guys never really draft the guy you want ever. Like in drafts, I feel like I never really sometimes get the guy I want, especially with the Eagles. Yep. So it was nice to finally get the guy I wanted, and a lot of other people wanted it as well. So that's exciting. I want to see Hurts. Reagor's a good name too of a guy you want to see if he can put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively is weird because who do I want to see?
Right.
We
got Anthony Harris as well as maybe Barnett, but
they're good names. They're veterans at this point. Most of these guys can they be good enough for our defense to be solid, right? Yeah. I don't think we're asking to be the best defense in the league, but can we be solid? When we have had additions there, I am excited to see that. I am excited to see Nick Sirianni, and what he brings and the energy it looks like he brings. I could go on. Andre Dillard's a great name. Don dropped just to add on. I don't know if Whiteside's going to make it and his umbrella, but Andre's a great name because I want him to beat Mulata out. Because if he beats Mulata out, it means he can play.
Yep.
Right? And we want him to be able to play because then we're deeper there. And we saw how banged up we were last year. Santos Wells is a sleeper. Sorry, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
Real quick, I can't get behind being excited for J.J. Arcega on the field side. That's it.
No. I don't see how he makes it out of the preseason, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Unless he put things together, Jake.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. Unless you show improvement.
But yeah, go ahead. Talk about Gainwell.
No, it's an interesting name. I don't know how many carries he gets. I don't know his role, but I can see people being a little excited. I mean, Memphis running backs have had success in the NFL. So you're going out of a school that's had some success with running backs. So no problem there. Doesn't need to be your starter. I like Kerryon Johnson. I like the running back room. I like the wide receiver room. I think I like the quarterback room. Right? I like our defensive line. I don't like our second corner and third corner. I like our safety combo of Anthony Harris and McLeod.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the linebacker that we brought in from Minnesota?
Oh, from Minnesota. I forget his name.
Damn it.
Eric Wilson.
Eric Wilson. I like Eric
yeah,
Wilson. Sorry,
I do too.
I like him, but I do like Eric Wilson. They're two guys who can play. So I mean, it's not. This isn't a putrid defense. You're literally a corner away from being that team, and that's why we shouldn't be talking about Watson. We should be talking about Xavier Howard or guys of that nature that can take the football away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Xavier Howard would be a difference maker. I mean, we talked about last year when we signed Darius Slay to that contract. We were saying this is the first time Eagles have had a shutdown corner. I still think Slay's a top 10 corner, but Xavier Howard is on another level.
Yeah. Yep.
Xavier Howard and Darius Slay probably make one of the top five
duos. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
They're automatically top five. I got to go looking to see who is where, but they're definitely in there. Red Sand's right. We just need a corner. We just need a corner. We're
Yep.
a corner away, and we can actually win this division.
Are we able to pay Xavier Howard?
Yeah.
That's a yes, because our salary cap opens up next year, and his contract right now would fit under the Eagles' books if we traded Ertz.
It's like the Phillies. You can see the weaknesses going into the year as fans, which means we're smart at what we do, right? We can all see it. If you don't address it, that's a bigger problem, right? And it can't be all Band-Aids. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. I know Slade tried recruiting Steven Nelson. Matt says, yep. And I like Steven Nelson, but I really would rather have Xavier Howard. I really rather add double-digit interceptions to this football team. That makes us way better. Miami's defense was really good. A lot of credit to him. We said on linebackers, we're okay.
Yeah, we're all right.
We're all right.
That's stressful, but not
Singleton,
bad.
Wilson, maybe the we'll see if the kid we drafted last year gets any run.
Yeah.
Davion Taylor,
Yeah. Ertz is back. It looks like, so people are excited about that. Red Sand.
Dillard and Ertz for Howard. Interesting. You probably have to throw in a second-round pick for that trade, but I would do it.
Who's their left tackle? Didn't they just draft somebody, or did they trade him?
Um,
I'm not sure, but I think
Who is their left tackle?
well, they had traded that left tackle to the Texans for like 2 first-round picks. Remember that?
right. Yep.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, gas mask.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, Lermy Tunsil.
Yes. Yes.
Wonder who they draft, because
I'm
Dillard's
not
great.
worried about that. Cowboys signing Malik Hooker. He's had terrible injuries and he's slow. So
Listen, there's a lot of injuries that you can come back from the next year. Achilles is not one of them.
No.
He's not the same player.
Especially as as a secondary player. That's tough.
he's a safety. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Especially when you have to backpedal. That's terrible. Oof.
I strained my Achilles the other day, just being a grown up. You know what I mean?
Been there. Been there.
There's a strain. Couldn't even walk. You know what I mean? Couldn't even move around. I mean, I did it. You know, I was trying to throw pitches, and it was tough. It was tough. Landing on it, I'm like, oh my God, how do these guys explode? I'm saying to myself, how do these guys exploded? Molly, what's up, baby? We're about to get out of here in a few, so go back and listen. You know the deal. And yeah, I'm interested to see the new defensive coordinator. The things change there, right? So we have a lot of stuff to unpack when this season comes around. What I got toughen up about, Don? What happened? What'd I do? I don't even know what I said.
I think he's talking about your Achilles.
Oh, I did everything I need to do. Now, don't you start. I did everything I need to do that day. What else? Did I have one more? All right, over under. Line 6.5, I believe, in Vegas for your Philadelphia Eagles. 6.5. So interesting. Are you over or under? And what is your number? Early predictions, always fun. No, we don't do schedules here. That's for losers. Okay, if you want to be a loser on Twitter, you know what you do? You know, or in the podcast world, you literally break down game by game. Because I want to promise y'all something.
It's not going to happen that way.
No.
It never happens that way. You don't watch the NFL. Guys get hurt all the time. Injury rate's 100%. All right? So you go based off of what you think your team is, not what their schedule is. The only thing you can go off is, yes, you have a last place schedule. Right? Okay. Your schedule's easier. So then base your wins off of your easier schedule then. But you don't go game by game. You might play Green Bay at Rodgers is out. Is that game the same game? No. But what do you have them as? The schedule junkie. I love taking shots. Well, I love shots.
I'm gonna go over, but it's only gonna be by 1. I mean, they could probably be better, and with all our schedule or not schedule prediction, but our win-loss prediction, it's never gonna happen the way we predicted anyway. But I'm gonna go 7-11.
Okay.
I think the Eagles are going to win 9 games. So I'm going over.
9-9.
Okay.
I
All right.
9-8. Yeah.
All right. Taylor?
Wait, 17. Right. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to go over. I think they got a lot of potential.
What's your number?
I'm going to say 8.
8. Okay.
I'll be the guy.
All right.
Not going under, though. I'm going over. I think they win like 10 games.
Okay.
I really think they're going to win this division. I just got a weird feeling. I've had it.
Well, the Redskins aren't because they won it last year.
Right.
They're not. Yep, they're not winning it. Cowboys, you know their deal. They're going to be good, but who are they? And I really believe we're going to do something with this cornerback position. And if we do, I could go up. I could go to 11. Could go to 11. You know what I mean? I could go to 12. I don't even know. I could get really cute here. But either way, I think they can win 10 games.
Tom, put up a Mr. Wings comment because this is why I always say like the Eagles. I don't think they're going to be that bad. I don't think they're going to be like people are saying the Eagles are going to be like a bottom 5 team. Like I just don't see that list.
No.
I just think they're going to surprise everybody because everybody thinks they're going to stink.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hurts going ball. Devontae Smith's going to go for like 1,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our front's going to chew people up. We're actually going to take the ball away in the secondary for once. You know, we're going to hold on to the football. We're not going to turn the ball over a lot. Like, there are things you got to hope for. But we'll see. We'll see. And, yeah, we did tank with Mr. Wing. We did give him that game. But Giants stink, too. And I think this division's like, you don't know. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot to talk about in the coming weeks as we get closer to this season. We can't thank everybody enough for taking time out to comment in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, all the things you people do out there for us. We love every one of you. That's why we come on and chat it up and muck it up with you. Agree, disagree radio. So we don't gotta be kumbaya. And we want to thank our boy Alan Foy, EXP Realty, looking to buy or sell a home, looking to career brokerage. Make sure you contact them, 302-682-8820, or you can visit him right on his website, listed down below. Either way, go hit him up. I know a lot of people are selling, a lot of people are buying. Go take care of it. Go get it. And we're always brought to you by our friends at Manscaped, and you get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Head to toe, cleaned up. Done and done. Go take care of yourself. Head to toe. 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. And Body Check Wellness for all your CBD, everything. I think Clarity and Focus has nothing to do with CBD. Phenomenal. Mwah. Mwah. Best products around. BodyCheckWellness.com. Promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off there as well. Coming up tomorrow, you'll have Philly Florida podcast at 1, and you'll have the weekly roundup. 6 o'clock, you have the Ramp booth in Ocean City at All Campus. Go down there, tell him John sent you. He'll take care of you on hats. All right, done and done there. Make sure you're tuned in, and then you'll have our boys in this very ring tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern, talking all things wrestling. Talk nerdy to me. For Taylor, Johnny, Jake, I'm Tom. All you jackasses that tuned in, we love you. We're out.